Drawing this cute girl character in Procreate is easier than you think, and I'm going to show you step by step how you can do it even if you're a beginner in digital art. Before you start, make sure to download the color palette and all my free brushes that are linked in the description of this video. And if you will have fun drawing this and would like to get more step-by-step tutorials like this, join my Patreon. I add their new video every week. Link is in the description. And with all that being said, grab your drawing tools and let's start. Let's make a new canvas, A4 canvas from Procreate. And first we are going to do a sketch. So let's take a brush for sketching. I'm going to use here my Siakulaart pencil brush from Siakulaart Freebies. And with the brush size 8%, let's start drawing the girl with the head. So let's draw a circle somewhere over here. And you can use here any color. I have here this orange color, it doesn't really matter. So let's draw a circular shape like this. Now let's draw the jacket. And the jacket will be about 1.5 size of the head. So let's draw here a triangular shape like this. Now we can cut it in the middle. And let's draw her legs. So draw here a line going through the middle, about half of the size of her head. Now let's draw lines on the sides, like this, and we can draw here boots. So let's draw a line here at an angle, and then a boot shape like this. Now we can draw where the boot ends, somewhere over here. Now let's draw the scarf. So somewhere here under the head, let's draw a shape like that. Now we can draw here on top of this another shape, like this. And then the ends of the scarf going over here like that. Let's draw her arms. So here from the neck, let's draw an arc like this. Let's finish this with an oval shape. And now take it back here. And here, like that. Now here we can draw a glove. And this hand will be closed because she'll be holding here the leaf. So let's draw a shape like that. And then this arm here, let's draw it. Just a simple line going down here to about this length. And let's add here also a glove. Now let's draw her face. So let's divide this circle in half, like this. And now the other way around, also in half. And now here, this line will tell us where we have eyebrows. So let's draw them like that. And then a shape for the eye over here. Now let's draw here circles in the middle, like this. We can add now a small nose here in between the eyes and a smile over here, like that. Now let's fix here the shape of the scarf. Let's take it on top of that head a little bit. Over here under the middle line we can draw ears. So just simple arcs like this. And small lines here like this inside the ears. Now we can fix the shape of the head a little bit. So I will just go here on the edge and give her nicer cheeks. Just like that. And let's draw the hair. So let's go somewhere over here and start the bangs. Draw arcs to the side, like that. Now same to this side. And now let's go here to the top of the head, a little bit higher, and draw a hairline going to one side, just a simple shape like this, and now to the right side. Now we can draw here some hair coming out of this shape, so just like that. We can also draw here some hair strand like that. Maybe one over here. And same over here. Let's add here some lines from the top. We can still add here small eyebrows. Just like that. And her head is finished. Now let's draw the leaf that she will be holding. So let's go here to this hand and draw a line going up here like this, and now down over here. And now let's draw this leaf so it will be kind of like an umbrella for her. So here from the middle of this stem, let's draw a line going like that. So this will be the middle vein that we'll not see. So now we're going to draw here the bottom line of the leaf, like that, and take it above that middle vein. And now this side of the leaf, like that. Now we can draw the veins on the sides of the leaves. So let's draw them here from that middle line, going like this. Okay. And now on this side, they'll be coming here from the bottom. So let's draw them like that. Okay, I hope this makes sense here. And now I'm going to make her just a little bit smaller, so I can have here a little bit more space for the bottom, for the paddle. I will take the arrow tool, and with the uniform option selected, I can make her smaller like this. Okay, and now here she'll be standing in the paddle. So let's draw here just a simple oval shape, like this. Okay, now we can look at her and see if we have to still fix something. I think that maybe my arms are a little bit too big, so I'll make them shorter, just a little bit here. Also this one, I'll just make it shorter over here, and I think this is better now. So the sketch is finished. Now we can start drawing the outlines. So first we're going to open the layers, and we can name this here sketch. Let's tap here MP rename and type sketch. And let's change the blending mode of this. Let's tap here and set it to multiply. And turn down the opacity of this. I will make it 34. Now let's make a new layer and put it under that sketch layer, so we can start drawing here outlines. We can name this also here outlines. Okay, and let's pick a color for the outlines. Let's take number 1. So this is like a dark brown color. And let's change the brush. Let's go here to drawing and let's take Eagle Hawk. And let's make the brush size here 4%. And we can outline this. And when we outline this, we can make some lines thicker and darker and some of them more transparent and just lighter. So take your time now and outline this nicely. And if you find that your lines are shaky, you can change here one option. Let's go to the Actions menu, Preferences, Pressure and Smoothing, and you can make the stabilization a higher number. I'm going to set it to 45%. And now my lines will be less shaky. So let's outline this nicely. And here for the leaf, I will not outline the veins. I'm just going to outline the main shape here, because the veins I want to have in color. So I'll just outline this like that. Okay, and now I will go back to outlining the girl. And here for the eyes, I will just outline the eyelashes and just the main shape here of the iris, like that. I'm going to color here this dark space in her sleeves. Okay, and now for the paddle, I'll just do a few lines here. I still have to close here the shape of her hair. And my outline is finished. We can turn off now the sketch. So let's go here and turn off the sketch. And let's start coloring this inside. So let's make a new layer now and put this under the outlines. We'll be coloring each element on a new layer. Let's start here maybe with her head. Let's pick a color for this. Take number 2. And let's pick a brush. Let's go here to calligraphy and take monoline brush. I will use here brush size 35. And we can just outline all her head. So just like that now. We can go here, even not in the proper lines, because we'll cover this with the hair. So do like that and color this inside. Now let's color her legs. We can also select here a bigger shape, just like this, and color this inside. Okay, let's take now color for her hair. It will be number 3. And let's make a new layer for this. And let's outline that. Here maybe I will make the brush size smaller, 11%, so I can outline this more precisely. And here you have to make sure that you'll be closing the shape so you can color it inside. Here we can take the line behind her because it will be covered by the coat anyways, so it doesn't matter. And now here by the head, we have to pay attention to the lines. So let's outline this nicely. Okay, and now we can color this inside over here. Now we can color her jacket, so let's make a new layer for this. Let's change the color. Let's take this yellow one, number 6. And let's outline this and color this inside. Now let's make a new layer for her scarf and gloves, and maybe also boots. So first we can pick the color for the scarf. Let's take number 7. And just outline this. Color this inside. And now the gloves. And now let's color the boots in a red color. So color number 8. Let's outline them and then color them inside. Okay, and now let's color the leaf. Let's make a new layer for this. Let's change the color. Take number 9 and outline it and color inside. And I see I have here line on the outline that I will have to erase. I will do it in a moment. So now I will go back to the outline and fix this. I'll just erase this line. Okay, and now we can color the eyes. Let's make a new layer for them. And let's put this layer above her head over here. We can turn on the sketch for a second, so we can see where we should color the whites. Let's take the color for them. Take color number 5. And let's draw them here like that. Okay. And now on the same layer we can color the iris. Let's take here the first color. And let's color them inside like that. Now let's take the color for her hair, so number 3. And we can add here a small shape like that to give here some color to her eyes. And now let's take the white color again, number 5, and draw here some highlights. I'll draw dots like that. Okay, let's turn off the sketch again. And now maybe on the same layer we can draw cheeks. Let's pick the color for them. Take color number 4. And let's change the brush. Let's go here to my Siakula freebies brushes and take Siakula pencil. Let's make the brush size here bigger, 46%. And the brush opacity 72, and let's draw the cheeks here like this. We can also add a little bit of this color above her nose, just a little bit like that. And now let's go back to the outlines. And we can add here some lines on top of the cheeks to make them even more cute. So let's go to the outlines here. Take the color for the outlines, so number 1. And with the brush size here 8%, we can draw 3 lines on each cheek, like this. 1, 2, 3, and here 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's draw the puddle. Let's make a new layer for this, and let's put it all the way to the bottom, over here, and let's pick a color for this. Let's take here color number 12. Let's go back here to the monoline brush, so go to calligraphy and take monoline brush. We can make the brush size bigger now, 35, and let's draw here an oval shape like this. Hold your pencil on the screen to make this an oval shape. So something like this. Let's color this inside. And now we can draw some arcs going around it in this color. Okay, now let's take another color. Take number 13. And we can draw some arcs inside of this dark color over here. And now on the outside. And now let's take another color, number 14, and draw here some more of them. Let's draw here inside of that first one. And now on the outside. I will still take here this first darker color, number 12, and just add here one line over here. Okay, now maybe we can add some details. Let's start here with the leaf. So let's go to the layer of it, this one. And we have to set this as alpha log, so we can draw only on this shape. So tap on it and pick here alpha log. Let's bring back our sketch for a second. And now let's take the color for the veins. Let's take color number 10. And with this color, we'll draw the veins on the brighter side. So to make it easier for us, we can just select this area. Let's go back for a second to the outlines over here. And let's take the selection tool. At the bottom here, let's pick automatic. And let's turn off the color fill. And now we can just tap here and select this area. Okay, with this selected, let's go back to our layer of the colors over here. And now we can just draw over here without being afraid of going on the other shape. Okay. Now let's take another color, number 11. And with this color, we'll add the veins to this part of the leaf. Let's select it. So let's go to the outlines. Let's tap on the selection and tap again and select this part. Now go to the layers and go to the leaf shape. Let's draw the veins now over here. Okay, let's tap here to finish this, and we can turn off the sketch again. Now maybe we can add some stripes to the scarf. So let's go to this layer over here, tap on it and set it as alpha log. Let's pick a color. Let's take the red one, number 8. And let's pick here a brush with some texture. We can just take here this chalk brush. Let's make the brush size 31 and just draw some stripes over here like this. Now here going this way and now over here like that. Okay, now before we add the light and shadow, maybe let's take care of the background. Let's make a new layer for this and put this all the way to the bottom over here. Let's pick a color for it. Let's go down here and take number 21. Let's just drag and drop it in here. And now we can add here a small gradient. Let's pick another color. Let's take color number 20. And here we can use the selection tool. So let's take it. Now here at the bottom, let's pick rectangle and turn on color fill. Let's select a rectangle like this, about half of the canvas. Let's tap here to finish this, and we are going to blend those two colors together. So let's go to the adjustments and take Gaussian blur. Swipe your pencil on the screen to the blur size, and let's make the blur 50%. Let's tap here to finish this, and we can draw here some clouds. Let's make a new layer for this. Let's pick a color. Take here number 22, and let's change the brush. Let's go here to my siakulaart special brushes and take paint. With the brush size 45 and the brush opacity 64, we can start drawing here clouds like that. Let's make the brush size 100% now and just color the rest of the canvas here on top. And now let's change the color. Let's take number 19. And we can make the brush opacity 100% now. And with the brush size 74, let's add some more of this lighter color now on the clouds over here. And now we can make them really bright by making a new layer here and changing the blending mode of this layer to add. Let's draw now some more cloud here on top. Like that. And let's turn down the opacity of this so it's not too much. I will make it 43. Okay, now we can start adding shadows to each element. Let's start here with the leaf. Let's make a new layer above it and set it as clipping mask. Let's change here blending mode to multiply. And now we can take color for the shadows. Let's take color number 18. Let's change the brush. Let's go here to airbrushing and take medium brush. Let's make the brush size 14. And we are going to add the shadow to the bottom part of the leaf. So let's add it like that. Maybe I'll make the brush size smaller, this one is too big. I will make it 6% and I will color here most of this, leaving just a small edge not colored. We can turn down the opacity of this. So let's open the layers. Go here and let's make this 30%. We can also add some shadow here to the stem. Let's make the brush size smaller, 1%, and add here some to the top part and then to the right side here. And now here under her hand, like that. Okay, now let's add the shadow to her hair. So let's go to the layer of it and make a new layer above it. Let's set it as clipping mask and change the blending mode to multiply. Let's make the brush size bigger here. Let's make it 6%. And there will be a lot of shadow on her hair from that leaf. Let's draw it here like that. We can add some shadow also here to this side of the hair, like that. And now we can turn down the opacity of this layer. Let's make it maybe 39%. And for the hair we can make one more layer for the shadow to add here way darker shadow behind her neck, behind her head. So let's make a new layer. Let's set it as clipping mask, change it to multiply, and let's color here right behind her neck, behind her hair, in the back here. So like this, and also over here. And and this we can leave as it is. Now let's add shadow to her head. So let's go to the layer of it, over here, and let's make a new layer above it. Let's set it as clipping mask and change this to multiply. Let's make the brush size smaller, 2%, and first we can continue here with the shadow from the leaf. So in the same line that we drew here on the hair, let's color her head. And her ear over here. Okay. And now we can add some more shadow in the places here like this. So on this ear. And then on the left side of her head. Like that. And also here now just a little bit under her bangs. I'll make the brush size 1% now and add some shadow over here. And let's add here a tiny bit of shadow under her nose, very, very lightly. And I see that we should put this shadow layer above the cheeks. So let's do that. Let's put this over here. And now this is not clipped to the head. First we have to clip the eyes and the cheeks to the head. So let's tap here and set it as clipping mask. And now go to the shadow and also set it as clipping mask. Let's turn down the opacity of this. Let's make it 17%. Okay, and also on this layer we have her legs. So let's add some shadow to them. Let's add here small shadow under her jacket, under her coat. So just like that. Now between her legs here. And then on this leg, on the left side. Now let's add the shadow to the scarf, gloves and boots. But before I will do it, I will go back to the preferences, so to the actions menu, preferences, brush and smoothing, and I will turn down the stabilization. Because I see I have problems with coloring here, I'll make it 15%. Okay, so now let's go to the layer of the scarf over here, and let's make a new layer above it. Let's set it as clipping mask and change the blending mode to multiply. I'll make the brush size 3% and I will add the shadow on the scarf over here, on the left side, just like that, and now at the bottom part of it. Also a little bit here. And here. Now I'll make the brush size smaller to drop the shadow from the leaf stem. I'll make it 2% and just draw the line over here. Like that. So this is the shadow from the leaf stem. And now we can add also just a little bit of shadow right by her neck over here. Okay, let's add the shadow now to the gloves. So just a little bit here, then here from her sleeve, and at the bottom part of it. Now same here. And on the right side and bottom part. And now to the boots, let's add the shadow over here. So in the same lines that we did it to the legs, I'll make the brush size bigger here, 3%. Now here the bottom of her shoes, like that. And now here on the left side of this boot. And over here like this. And just a little bit more here. Okay, let's turn down the opacity on this layer. Let's make it 33%. Now let's add the shadow to her coat. So let's go to the layer of it and make a new layer above it. Let's set it as clipping mask and change the blending mode to multiply. We can add here big shadow to the left side like this. Now here on her sleeve at the bottom part of it, under the scarf, let's make the brush size smaller, 2%, and drop the shadow from the stem. So over here like that. And now we can also add here some creases. We can add also a little bit of shadow over here. And now from this sleeve, there will be shadow under it. And on the sleeve also. Shadow from the glove, from her hand. And I will also add here some kind of crease. Okay, let's turn down the opacity of this. Let's make it 33%. And now we can make a layer for the highlights. We can do just one layer for this on top of everything here under the outlines. Let's change the blending mode of this to overlay. And first, let's add the highlight here to the leaf. So I will be selecting the areas from the outlines. So I'll go to the outlines now. I will take the selection tool. Here at the bottom, let's pick automatic, turn off color fill, and let's select here first this shape. Now let's go to the layer of the lights, this one, and pick a color. Let's take color number 17. Let's add here that light right at the edge over here like that. Okay. And now we can add the light to this part of the leaf. So let's go to the outlines. Let's tap on the selection, tap again, and select this part now. Let's go back to the light layer, this one. And with a bigger brush, maybe 5%, let's also add here light at the edge. Like this. Okay, now let's select her hair. So let's go to the outlines, go to the selection, tap on it again, and select the hair. And if something like this happens, you can undo this, tap now again, and swipe your pencil to the left to adjust the selection threshold and make it a small number. Okay, now let's go back to the layer of the light, over here, and add the light in few places. I'll make the brush size smaller, 2%, and I'll just brighten up here the ends of her hair like this, and just few strands of her hair. I will also add some light here at the edge of the shadow on this side. And now some light on this hair. Just make sure you don't go here to this shadow part from the leaf. Okay, this will be enough. So now we can maybe select her head. Let's go to the outlines, tap on the selection and tap again, and select her head. And here I cannot select just her head, but that's okay. I will be just careful adding the light. So now I'll go to the lights. And let's add the light over here at the edge of her face, in that shadow part, just a little bit. And now just a tiny bit here above her nose. Very, very lightly, let's add it over here. Okay, and now for the boots and scarf and gloves, we don't need to select them. We can just draw over here, because we'll not be drawing here at the edge. So let's add the light over here, just like that. Let's make the brush size bigger, 4%. And very lightly we can add it over here like this. Very, very lightly. And same here to the glove, just like that, and to the scarf over here. Now let's add the light to the boots. So here I will select the boots. Let's go to the outlines, take the selection tool and select the boots. Let's go to the layer of the light. And now let's add the light over here like this. So a bigger light on the top of her shoe. Same over here. And now with the small brush, 1%, we can add the light more in the middle like that. Same over here. And now here, close to the edge like that. And here, right at the edge. And now let's add the light to the jacket. So let's turn off the selection, and we can just draw it without selecting the jacket. Let's add the light here at the edge of her arm, like that. Also here. And now with a bigger brush, let's make it 2%. We can add some highlight over here on this sleeve and here. And now close here to those shadows in the creases. So just like that. Okay, let's turn down the opacity of this layer now. So let's go here. We want this to be visible just a little bit. I will make it 44. Now let's add the reflection in the puddle. The reflection will be basically just from the boots, because there's not much space on the canvas to add some more. So let's go to this layer over here and let's duplicate it. Now we're going to move this above the puddle over here. And we are going to flip it around. So let's take the arrow tool. And here let's pick flip vertical. Let's move this down. So it will be like that. That the shoes, the bottom of the shoes, are touching each other in this way. Let's tap here to finish this. And first we can turn down the opacity of this layer. Let's make it 87%. And now we can erase some of this. So let's take the eraser. Let's tap on it and pick monoline brush. And with the brush size 17%, we can erase some lines following the shape of the puddle like this. Okay. And now we can smudge it. So let's take the smudge tool, let's tap on it and let's set it to the same brush. So go to calligraphy and take monoline brush. With the brush size 53, let's smudge it out and in like this. But first we have to turn off alpha lock on this layer, because otherwise we cannot smudge it. So let's tap here and turn off alpha lock. Okay, let's smudge it out and in like this, creating here this nice reflection in the water. Keep your strokes going in the same direction as those ellipses for the puddle. Okay, I think this is enough, but I see that the shadow from the boots is out here. Let me see what happened. Okay, I see that my shadow is not clipped to the shapes of the boots and gloves and scarf, so I'm going to set it as clipping mask. I think I moved the wrong layer when I duplicated that layer. Okay, now I would like to change something in the outlines. We can make them look nicer by changing the blending mode of them. So let's go to the outlines and let's tap here and let's set it as overlay. Now as you can see, this is just a darker color of the color that's underneath the outline. Let's duplicate this layer. And we can change the blending mode of this one to multiply. And we are going to turn down the opacity of this so we can still see some of those other colors coming through. I will make this one 40%. I would like to have dark eyes. So for this, I will duplicate this multiply layer again. I can make the opacity here maybe 89%. And now I will just select here this area of the eyes and erase everything else. So let's take the selection tool. At the bottom here, let's pick freehand option. And let's select the eyes and the brows. And maybe mouth and nose too. So like that. Now let's tap here on invert. And let's go to that layer, tap on it, and pick here clear. So now just those lines are darker. Okay. Now it would be still nice if we can add here some raindrops. So let's make a new layer for them. And let's change the color. Let's take color number 19. And let's change here the brush. Let's go now here to inking and take Studio Pen. With the brush size 29, we can draw a few raindrops like this. Maybe actually let's change this color to white, because if we want to draw here on the clouds, we will not see anything. So to change the color of this easily, we can just tap here on this layer, pick here select. Now here at the bottom let's pick color fill and let's change the color to white. So here number 15. Now let's keep drawing. Let's draw a few raindrops over here. Okay, I think this is enough. And now in the end, I think I would like to make this whole illustration a little bit brighter. So to do that, we can just swipe 3 fingers on the screen, like this. And pick here copy all. Let's do it again. And now let's pick here paste. Now if you open the layers, you can see that everything here is on this new layer as one illustration. We can make it brighter now by going to the adjustments, hue, saturation, brightness, and changing here brightness to a higher number. I'll make it 55 and I will change the saturation and make it 53. Let's tap here to finish. And now in the end, I would like to add here still like a grainy texture to this whole illustration. To do that, we can make a new layer. And we can take this gray color, number 16, and just drag and drop it in here. Now we're going to add here some noise. So let's go to the adjustments and take here noise. Swipe your pencil on screen to the noise size. And now you can see you get here this grain. Let's make it 245, and here at the bottom we can make them a little bit bigger. Let's change the scale, I will make it 8%. Let's tap here to finish, and now we have to change the blending mode of this layer. Let's set this to overlay. And now let's turn down the opacity of this. So it's there, but it's not destroying our image too much. I will make it here 17. And now to make this effect even nicer, we can duplicate this layer. So swipe on it to the left and pick duplicate. And let's change here the color of this to white. So let's tap here, pick select. At the bottom the color fill is on. And now let's pick the color, take number 15. And now we can just move this out just a tiny bit. So let's take the arrow tool and tap here on the screen 2 times. That's it. Now let's turn down the opacity of this. Let's make it 12%. And now this illustration is finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you can share your drawing with me on Instagram. I would love to see it. And if you'd like to draw more of me, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!